Blue still hasn't reported in from Chicago. I don't know what the hell's up with that dude.
Yeah. Are we live?
We should be live.
Welcome to PPG Adventures, show number 33, starring your hostess with the mostest, Nick Fazekas.
Yep. Hang on.
The following program will contain adult language and
audio.
adult content. All idiots should run immediately to their safe space, hug their teddy bears, and start sucking their thumb, or whatever you choose to suck. We don't judge.
Hey.
Hey.
You always come up with a weird disclaimer.
Hello, John. How are you tonight?
Hey.
I've been worse, I guess. You guys?
Good.
Got the cabin fever, I think, but other than that, I'm doing good.
Other than getting trapped and not being able to drive home to where it's nasty and cold and I can earn money. Having to
what's wrong with being trapped in Arizona where you can fly every day?
Well, we're forced to fly in the desert Southwest instead of in the snow.
Dang it.
Somebody's got to take the hit, though.
Taking one for the team.
You got it. Oh, man. What a nice flight.
Hey, I had more fun today flying around low than I had. Yeah, it was awesome. I mean,
yeah, they tell us.
I wish I knew you were flying to the other side of the town.
They tell us that possibly in a week or two it might get above zero.
Yeah, I've heard that.
We had 51 degrees.
I wouldn't believe them.
I'm telling my wife to get a hold of my son-in-law and tell him we get the tractor out and he can plow the damn road for her.
I see the fellas in Texas even got a bunch of snow. It's nice to see them sharing that a little bit with me. Feel my pain.
Yeah.
Dave,
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of pain. I didn't get a lot of snow out of this, but we sure have been cold.
But sounds like it's really cold where you're at. Yeah.
Yeah, it's warming up. It was not too bad today. I actually got outside a little bit.
Okay.
It could be worse, you know.
Yeah, I've been stuck in the house for like 5 straight days. The cars wouldn't start. It was just the front door was frozen shut. I had to beat on it to open it up.
Okay. Damn.
Your car wouldn't start?
3 or 4 of them wouldn't. Yeah, it was 51 degrees below zero here though.
Woo! That's cold.
Holy.
That's cold. There's a reason why we told you we weren't coming there to pick up your special Nick.
You're pretty smart right there. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. Well, I flew 38.8 miles tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Wow. I see a certain paragliding talk.
I didn't get my total miles
down there, huh?
Huh?
I see a certain paragliding talk.com guy got in the air down there.
Oh yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was. Good flying with him. He still can't forward launch a paramotor, but that's okay. He'll get it.
He's doing better than me, I'll tell you that much.
Can he forward launch anything?
Me? I can forward launch the crap out of my trike.
Not you, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
They do it, but they don't. They do it with usually a pretty good headwind on the mountain, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not used to having to run, and they want to put their arms back like this, not up like this. Yeah,
I got you.
Yep.
Hey. Sean passing through.
Mr. Navsker.
Yep.
There he is. Hey, buddy.
Yep. Here, bring this to the other mode. Yeah.
That's so weird seeing Nick in a camper and not in a trailer.
Yep.
Hey, it's nice now.
I'll bet. I still want to get myself a 4x4 ambulance and turn it into a paracamper someday.
Oh, absolutely. Sounds
good. I get thirsty, I open this right up here, and the alcohol's right there at hand.
Perfect.
You mean like this?
Or if I really want to get trashed, to go over to Keith's trailer and he makes margaritas and we can't walk.
There you go.
You know, I should do margaritas tonight because I only have one beer left.
Ooh, that's worse.
We didn't stop at the store today like we were talking about, you know?
Yeah, there's a Walmart right up the road. I think it's a Target. We could fly to it.
Yeah,
There's
sounds
a field
good.
behind it.
I'm always for that.
Cool, cool.
Beer run.
First, mirror my video. Turn the mirror off.
Judging by the
We
darkness, I
could
would
make
say
a little game out
Bob's,
of it, you know.
Bob's back on the road again, huh?
Of course I am. Currently, I'm stuck at the bottom of Indiana.
That's better. Now you can read my shirt. I was like, hey, it's backwards.
Oh, nice.
I haven't used the laptop in a while for it.
Oh yeah, you got to reverse your screen.
I actually had to turn the reverse off. That's what's weird. It had the reverse lid already.
Yeah, for some reason they have them default that way for the kids so they can do their makeup or something like it's a mirror. I don't know.
Yeah, it's strange. Dang, that's strange. Yeah. Oh.
Yep, it's only 21 degrees here.
Well, just for the record, my bird's doing better, you guys.
Good deal.
Ah, good.
Glad to hear it.
What's wrong with him?
What was wrong with it?
I didn't tell you?
No.
Oh.
About a week ago, I was cooking some sausage and she decided to land in the frying pan while I was cooking.
Ooh.
Oh, that was not smart.
Yeah. I'd stick my hand down in the grease and flick her out of it. And nursed her back to health. She's about her same mean old self already now, though.
Wow, that's crazy.
So you tried to fry the bird.
I did. She tried to fry herself, commit suicide or something.
Hey, next time, use Crisco.
Yeah. She's okay, though. She was just
What
traumatized.
the heck you doing over there, Keith?
You
Here's the
got off
generator
a little
going.
bit, I'll bet.
I'm starting to thaw out some meat to put in to cook. I'm hungry. What you doing?
I just haven't heard a generator going nuts. I'm like, what the heck?
He's having a
I
barley pop.
put it in defrost.
Okay.
Yep. Oh
Mm.
I learned a new trick
Adventure
tonight, John.
today. Yeah, nobody told anybody. Nick joined the 10-mile-an-hour and above club yesterday evening.
The what? The what mile about?
Those that fly above 10 miles an hour. We probably had 12 to 13 when we launched yesterday evening.
And
I've
I
done
bet you it was about 16 up overhead because it was.
Oh yeah.
I was
definitely.
getting parked at.
Yep.
I've done that already, believe it or not, in my trike.
Okay.
Not on purpose, but holy moly, was I moving when I was heading downwind.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Tonight I was doing 42 miles an hour tremors in downwind at about 50
nice.
feet. At about 50 feet. But it was smooth as glass.
Really? Oh, that's good, though.
It was awesome.
Actually, that flight I had with the high wind like that, it was actually fairly smooth. I was crabbing. That's the only reason I noticed it at first. I got up to a certain layer and it was weird. And then I turned downwind and man, did I get back to my LZ fast.
Yeah, I hear that. Yep.
But then I hit a really bad
we-
layer of sink on the way in that night. I remember that. It scared the crap out of me. About 100 feet off the ground, I dropped about 50 feet.
Yep.
That'll
man.
wake you up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no doubt. Got to
Bucket
pick those
time.
windy days so the conditions are right.
Yep.
I said we fly to Walmart tomorrow. I'll climb up 1,000 foot, drop a roll of paper. Wherever the end of the streamer lands is where we have to land at.
No. Might be in a cart thing. We ain't going there. We've seen that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty good at getting in the middle of a field. If you don't like a spot, you got to pick it up and move it with your feet.
That's cool.
I learned you can do that now.
Okay, what? Yeah.
If you don't like where it lands, you can do like I did: pick it up with your feet, and move the streamer.
You're gonna take some
There you
smoke bombs and drop them from overhead so you guys can check the wind direction when you come in to land. He said.
There you go.
Oh, you drop the
That's it.
streamers now. You can see which way the wind's going. Trust me.
Yeah, that would work too.
We dropped a few of them. I had one I dropped today, spiraled down with it, and the damn thing started going back up.
We get back
I
home
never-
and we can't go outside, and I'll pull out my kit and show you guys. I'll put a list together. We can make some really nice streamers that you can drop for wind direction if you want to land someplace and you don't have an indicator. Really works good, a bi-directional color streamer setup. Used them for hang gliding for years.
Oh, I thought
I'd have thrown the stuff in and we could have done it on the trip, but that's okay. Got to have something to do when we can't fly back home.
I was thinking of going
Yeah.
to the secondhand store and buying a bunch of old cassette tapes.
Oh, that'd be kind of fun. 8 tracks would work better though.
Yeah, be easier to see. Yeah.
Yeah, mine are biodegradable though. Nobody yells at you.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
They don't
toilet
care.
paper's biodegradable.
Maybe that
Yeah.
paper stuff for parties, the paper ribbons or whatever.
Yeah, it's streamer. It's streamer.
Great
You need a
paper.
2-inch streamer. It works real
Mhm.
good.
Yep.
Just wrap it up. It goes inside a, the old film canisters. There's other stuff you can use, but
Mm-hmm.
if you got a couple old film canisters laying around, they work real good for a holder, and you just Velcro it to your harness.
Nice.
So you can just pop the lid off and
Flick it
throw
out there.
And when it does, it just comes down, and it's like, make them like 25 foot long.
Nice.
So when it touches, one color touches the ground and it lays out with the other color at the other end. So you know which way the wind's blowing.
Nice.
And it costs 3 cents for the weight if you choose to use money.
Cool.
3 pennies.
Yep. Otherwise, you can use a 2-cent washer. Yep.
I think the washers be cheaper.
Yeah, they probably are. You can buy them, but pretty bulk, pretty cheap.
Or just pick up a little rock off the ground and tie it on there.
Yeah, it's hard to put it in the film container then.
Ah,
That's why you want it flat.
Makes sense.
mm-hmm. Cool.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Well, I'm glad to see you guys have been having fun. I haven't not had any fun at all.
sorry to hear that.
Stuck in the house.
You're the one that choose. As my boss told me once, I didn't tell you to live in North Dakota. Although in the summer, I'm told it's really pretty.
It is. It's a great place in the summer.
Yeah. You just got to put up with the 9 months until you get the 3 more, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
But I did get a new bulldozer for my school, or I'm getting it. It should be delivered soon.
Bulldozers are fun.
GPS controlled one and everything.
Ooh, fancy.
Wow.
Oh, you got the fancy one now. Nice.
Mhm.
Yep.
And they bought me a GPS kit to go on my other bulldozer, so I'll end up with 2 GPS bulldozers. I'll be able to build a nice landing zone for you guys.
Okay. Sounds good. Then you
For the-
just have
Oh, with that, you ought to
schedule
go to a
fun
landing
time.
zone and bring the L39 in.
There you go.
No, with the bulldozer, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Especially
we could have
GPS.
used it out there at Mo's place. Fix that damn road.
Yep. All I need to do is get a big field and set that sucker flat as a pancake with the GPS. Man, that'd be nice. Grow some grass on it.
Yep.
Well, out here you can't grow
Look,
nothing. Arizona is so dry. They grow dust out here.
Yeah, they have what do they call it, caliche down that way, don't they? It's like a
I
sandstone.
dumped water out of my cooler, and I swear the ground was dry before I blinked.
I believe it.
That's cool.
Soaked it right up.
Well, yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy how dry it was.
Yeah, I used to work with some.
Now we were watching dust devils sitting here at this airport.
Used
You
to
know,
work
a
with
lot of
some
those
fellows
were
from down that
caused
way.
A lot of those were caused by tractors. They were plowing fields, believe it or not. When I got over there,
kicking up dust, and then we're
Yeah, and making
swirling up
dust
or
devils.
what?
Yeah, they were bringing up dust devils with them. Pretty wild.
Yeah, I used to work with some heavy equipment guys from Arizona, and they said they have to run water trucks 24 hours a day while they're working. If they get a little bit of dust up, they have to shut down.
Man.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Really? You drive through
Mhm.
town around here, there's dust everywhere.
Some of the fields I flew over were literally flooded. They flood the field and then let it dry and then drain it to water it. It's pretty wild.
Crazy.
You see the big wells they had out there?
Oh yeah. Big
It's
stuff.
the first time I've seen a well driven by a V8 motor. I mean, that's crazy.
I finally figured out why I've never run out of beef. I found the cattle ranches.
Yeah, you smelled them from the air?
Yep, you definitely can.
I know at about
That's what
850
I'm making,
to
Nick.
900 foot.
That's what I'm making, Nick.
Oh, God.
I'm on a beer, I told you.
Hopefully there's none of them there 4x4s around here, them side-by-sides.
Some of us have to work tomorrow. Buttheads.
Yeah, you
Tomorrow's
missed it, John.
Tuesday, right? I'm still
Yeah.
officially off and without my extension tomorrow. So
Yeah, today was technically a holiday, so I didn't work. But
yeah.
tomorrow I actually have to go into work. But it'll be my first actual day in at work for 2 weeks.
You hate it when they do that to you?
Lucky you.
I'm kind of looking forward to getting out of the house, to be honest with you.
Good for you.
Well, you should have been here, John. You missed the good fun.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I always miss all the fun.
Someone let us borrow a $42,000 side-by-side, 4-seat turbocharged off-road vehicle.
Yamaha?
It was a blast.
Was it the Yamaha or the Polaris?
Polaris.
The Polaris
Oh, okay.
with
Yeah.
a turbo with a blow-off valve. This thing would stand up the front wheels a couple feet off the ground.
Shit, one time we were
Rip it.
5 feet. It was 5 feet in the air. The thing's longer than you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They're fun.
All it took was me standing on the pedal, and it was like fun started. But of course, Keith started with margaritas, and I got the moonshine out. Then they were giving us Jaeger bombs, and then he handed me the keys.
Talk about crazy. My race car engine, I got it about 3/4 of the way assembled, and I started looking at parts, and I realized that I had the wrong pistons. So that came apart
Wrong
again.
piston.
How'd you
Yeah.
get the wrong
Yeah.
pistons?
They sent me flat tops instead of dish pistons. I didn't notice it at first.
What?
They look slightly different.
Yeah, I say they really should be able to tell the difference.
I just had all the other parts, and I was doing the crank and everything. I didn't really open up the box and look at the pistons. I just assumed that they were the right ones. The Summit Pro LS.
Always check everything, man. You
Oh,
buy
my
stuff.
God.
I checked it when I opened the box, and I was like, "What's this?" I mean, yeah, if I was doing a naturally aspirated engine, maybe, but flat top pistons on my engine would put my compression to like 13-1. There's no way I
You're
could run a
almost up to
turbo.
a diesel.
No way I could run a turbo on that.
Wouldn't be good.
Or you could.
Yeah. For a short time.
Maybe if I ran like nitromethane or something.
Alcohol.
How's that go right till it melted?
Yeah, it's going to be an E85 car, but not pure alcohol, not methanol.
Hey, nothing like moonshine and gasoline.
There you go.
It runs pretty good. Until it doesn't. Until something blows up.
Man, I found you a nice moonshine still, Nick, on the internet. You could buy them right for your AliExpress.
Nah, those are junk.
Really? I'd like to find a nice.
I don't know, man.
Really?
The one I was looking at was nice. If the pictures do it justice, anyway.
They look
What kind
more
of
like a
price?
pressure cooker with a copper tube on them.
No, this was a glass bubble plate column.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 5 plates with a deflegmator on top.
What kind of price?
$400 for the column, but that's not including the boiler.
Okay. Full system, probably 5 or 6.
About 8.
8. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
gonna.
Okay.
They're pretty nice. I mean,
Yeah.
they look nice on the internet.
Sure.
You know, I like traditional copper.
As long as you have a little bit of copper, you're good. You don't have to have it all copper. Just enough to
And the more
get rid of
copper,
the
the less
aldehydes.
thick you get.
get rid of the aldehydes. Yeah.
The more copper, though, the
Yeah.
better, I think.
But
I've
the
always
bubble
done all copper.
the bubble plates are copper anyway, so you get that right there.
Okay. Nice.
Or you can do like some weirdos and have all stainless and just throw pennies in it, or something like that.
Yeah.
I've seen
I
people
don't
do
know
that.
I'd be afraid
It
to
is
do that 'cause
copper.
the pennies have zinc. No, it ain't. Copper plated zinc.
You're
You have
right.
to get you have to get the
Well,
right pennies. They have to be old pennies. They can't be newer ones.
wheat pennies and stuff. Yep.
Yeah,
Tastes
new ones, I'd be
good.
afraid that zinc has lead in it, so you could be making a toxic beverage that way.
My stainless steel one, I have a copper column, but I also have copper mesh packing in mine.
There you go.
It's
That's
the
all you
same.
need.
They sell it in rolls of pure copper for pest control, for putting in like cracks in your
Okay.
houses because mice can't
Yeah.
see through it.
Nope, they sure won't. Copper wool.
Yep.
Yep. Good shit.
You can buy it in big rolls. It's way
Wonder
cheaper
how well
than
that
buying
would work.
scrubbies.
You gotta clean it. You have to clean that a lot, don't you?
Yes. I create like an acid bath once in a while and get all the gunk that comes out of the moonshine off of it.
Yeah.
If it gets
That
too
makes
bad,
sense.
I just throw it out and repack it with fresh stuff.
Yep.
I've used lava rocks in my column before too, in the past.
That'd be
Work.
different.
Lots of surface area.
Lava rocks in your
reboil.
column.
Yeah, I run a column distillation still. It's a little bit different than a pot still.
Sure.
It's about 10 feet tall.
Okay. But you run lava rocks in it. Does it for flavor or is it for consistent temperature?
What it does is like a normal still, like you think of for moonshiners, the alcohol and the water boil out and they come over and they go into your pot about maybe 160 proof if you're lucky. I mean, that's that first, and it goes down from there. What the
Okay.
column still does is there's actually a condenser at the top of the column, so the alcohol and water boils up. It hits that first condenser, it falls back down, and reboils over and over again inside the column until it equalizes temperatures inside the column.
Okay.
And then you set your height of your output of your column to the exact boiling point of alcohol, and eventually you have almost pure alcohol coming out of it instead of. So you get like 50 distillations out of one run that way.
Wow. Okay. It's interesting. What's it do for flavor?
It takes every bit of it out. It's zero flavor when you're done.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem. That's the
Yeah,
downside of
okay.
it. You're making vodka. You're not
Yeah.
making flavored liquor that way.
Yeah. I want to make liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good for any kind of flavor.
I built mine modular. I have the fancy column for making the non-flavored stuff, and then I have a regular pot still arm that I can put on it and make the flavored, so I can do both. But I built mine all from scratch. I didn't buy it.
Sure. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. It's fun. I don't
Or
make a
anyone
whole
who
lot
makes
of.
good moonshine builds their own.
I don't make a whole lot of flavored stuff, but I do have a little bit put up. I got some that's about 6-7 years old.
That
All on-
ought to be good.
Damn.
Sitting on oak. Yep.
Shit, aged.
Walmart's selling 55-gallon oak barrels there. Old wine barrels. I'm tempted to get one.
Really?
Fill it up. Yeah. Throw it in my
You want to get an old
Paracamper.
whiskey barrel. You want?
Yeah, these are wine barrels from Walmart, but still it would work similar.
Just different flavor.
It'd be good for a brandy.
Yeah, the whiskey barrels are charred, so you have a different.
I think these
Yeah,
are charred
brandy
also.
would be
Though.
good in it.
I think they're charred on the inside. I don't know.
Wine barrels usually aren't charred.
I didn't investigate it real deeply. I just saw them sitting in the Walmart for I think they're $100 a piece.
How big? 55 gallon?
They're full size barrels, whatever a full size one is. I'm not sure
Okay.
exact gallonage, but
Yeah, 55. Actually, the wood ones hold, I think, 50. They're not the same as a plastic barrel.
yeah. Either way, that's a pile of liquor.
Oh, yeah.
Guy'd almost have to make a nice sour mash for that, though.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of it.
Nice sour mash. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to make so much.
Yeah, to fill that
Then you have
barrel,
so
it
much
would
that's
take
going to evaporate away.
to fill that barrel, it would probably take 400 or 500 gallons of mash easily.
Damn.
Just do it in several runs, though. The guy doesn't have to do it all at once.
Cooking a while. No, you'd be cooking a while to fill that.
Yes, sir.
Should have come with us, John. Could have been down here flying. There's no trees for you to
man.
hit down here, so.
Nope, no trees.
Yeah, I can see where
I'm
that
gonna-
would be a bit problematic.
I'm gonna have to retrain myself by the time the weather gets nice enough to fly here.
I hear that. That stinks.
Now, I recently started putting away some secret man money, and I'm investing it in the stock market, so I'll be rich come next summer or this summer.
Hey, there you go. Then you can quit and fly all year round.
There you go. That's the dream. Imagine that. Just have a big stock trading and set up inside your paracamper and just travel around, trade stocks wherever you stop. Go fly the rest of the day.
Or you could do like Aaron and Nick and I do, and join with division, and you
Yeah.
get to work and fly and travel around the country.
I'm seriously considering it. Retire when I retire early and do it. Help pay the bills.
It's the ultimate paramotor job.
I hear
Yeah.
you. Sounds like it.
I don't know if my wife would allow me to quit my job and travel, though. We'll see. We'll see. You never know.
You wouldn't care. You
I
travel
bought
with
that's why we bought a camper. Big camper so we could travel.
There you go.
Yep.
Well, I think you're going to be buying a new one here in a few weeks, Keith, when you get home.
No, maybe buying this one again. Yep. We'll
Is that
see
a
what
R-
the come.
Is that a fifth wheel you have there, or an RV?
No, it's just regular. It's a regular tow behind.
Okay.
27 foot toy hauler.
Well, that's not bad.
No, it does real good. I'm very happy with it.
I was looking on the online at that. There's a Class C toy hauler they make now. It looked
Mhm.
really interesting. There's
Yeah.
only one company that makes it. The only downside to it is that it's powered by a Ford.
So what's wrong with that? Best engine out there. What the hell?
First on right there.
Could be powered by a Chevy. Then we'd have to get a tow truck.
Well, I could fix a Chevy. I'm good at that.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason for that. It's
It's
Chevy. You have to be good at it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who was, I think I was passing you quite a bit there, Keith.
That's because I'm towing a 27 foot toy hauler, and I just assume not spend all the gas money. And your
I'm getting better fuel mileage than you.
your truck isn't exactly stock. Mine is.
Hey, it says stock on all the components under the hood.
Well, they're stock from the manufacturer that made them, yes, but they're not stock from Chevy.
You go look on my turbo, it says stock Chevy right on it.
Yep.
I remember when I used to be a mud racer back in the day, and I was in the super stock class.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled up next to this guy, and his freaking door panels on his truck were moving in and out when he pulled next to me.
Damn.
He wasted me down the track, and I went and I saw the officials afterwards. that says, "Does a full-on race engine count as one modification in this class, or what?" I told him,
No kidding. Wow.
holy moly! The guy didn't even have doors or headlights anymore, and he was in the super stock class.
Wow. Okay.
Oh well. Oh well. That's life. He was their buddy though.
Wow. Yep.
He had a trans brake in a mud truck. Supposed to be street legal. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, mine's
That's
got
not-
power and is street legal, and I drive it. And I prove that I drive it halfway across the country.
That's true. I can't argue that one.
Yeah,
Yep.
my old Chev's still hanging in there. It's the only vehicle that started this morning.
Hey,
Good
for
sign.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Brad it plugged in all
No,
night
I've
too.
never said a
No.
Chevy wouldn't run. I just said that everything around the engine fell off one part at a time. I used to be a Chevy guy. Okay.
Believe it or not, I didn't plug my truck in at all.
Okay. Very good.
I'm too cold to go out there and do that, and I'm too lazy.
I hear you there. That's pretty good. It started in that cold of weather. Then must have a good battery.
Yeah, I put a new one in it when I bought it. I've only had it like less than a year.
Okay.
So 2016, I think.
It's still a lot
Yep.
cold. That's a lot
When
of
you come
cold.
down to go to Alabama and to go flying with me, he had freaking temporary tags on it still.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, that was right when COVID hit. The DMV was shut down. I couldn't get my license plates. Yep.
Wow.
They just, I called them up like, I don't have any plates. They're like, don't worry about it. Just drive it. They said, we'll get you some eventually. Dude, I was probably home for 3 months before I ever got those plates.
Mail.
Yep, finally came in the mail.
There you go.
My driver's license I renewed this summer too. They sent that to me in the mail.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We got some good adventures coming this week. Now that we're here, found out about all kinds of fun places to fly. Talking to some of the people who've flown here before.
Nice.
Yep. So I flew today about 38 miles to a glider port right on the other side of Mayakopa. That was fun. Nick was chasing toilet paper all over.
Oh shoot! Actually, my wife's cousin is living right by where you're at.
Oh, really?
I believe so. I'm gonna have to check with him. Oh
Okay.
wait, no, he's in Alabama right now.
Yeah, that's a little further south. It's
I mean,
colder there.
he was in Arizona, but he was in Alabama for work.
Okay. Yep. Nick got to fly my Revo 2 finally tonight. He'd been talking about it for a while. And we
Nice
just
swing.
hadn't worked it out. And tonight he took it up. Yep.
I'll probably take it up again tomorrow too. I'm gonna play with different wing conditions. See.
Sure. Yeah, it's a fun
Neither.
wing to fly. He didn't
A
believe
lot of freaking brake pressure.
I was just gonna say he didn't believe me when I told him how much brake pressure that thing had, but because of the way it's set up, as Jerry put it, he says you don't get collapses on that wing. It is just rock solid.
That's like my my big oh shoot, I forget the name of the dang wing I have now. The Electra.
Okay.
And I pull a lot of brake, and that thing just. I mean,
no.
it
When
does
you
not.
pull the brake-
No.
When you pull the brake,
When you want
on
to
it,
turn, you got to yank.
but when you
Really?
do, it rewards you with a very nice turn.
Oh,
And the
okay.
tip steering works real well since I set it up, doesn't it, Nick? Or did you play with the tip?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
I
the
played
tip.
with the tip.
Yep. What I like about it on that one was just that you could absolutely bring it to a super precision.
Okay.
You hold your spot, even with gusts. Hold yourself right over something with that wing when you had to
Nice.
just work in the tips, Just the tip, as they say.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I'm
had a ball tonight chasing toilet paper and like flying low and then picking toilet paper up off the ground. And then trying to rethrow it.
Roll, stealing other people's rolls. Give you shit for that.
Hey, I seen it coming down. I couldn't tell if you were diving on it. I just turned in on it.
The fact that my wing
I
was
put it right
nose
through the risers
down
too.
and trying to catch it wasn't a hint.
I didn't think you were going to be able to get down that low that quick.
Oh,
I didn't think you could come down that low that quick.
do you remember the one you dropped last night over the hangar at Moe's? How long would it take me to get down to that one?
Not long.
Nope.
Mo thought that was the coolest thing in the world that we were chasing toilet paper.
Yeah, he did. He thought that was cool.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, Keith and I were the only two flying last night there. Everybody else was too afraid of the wind. We decided to go up and send it
Yep. It was a good time too.
and have a ball.
No Sean up there?
Sean doesn't like wind either. Not in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, he likes to be a little more mellow.
This was gusty, like
Yeah, a little bit gusty. Not terribly, but I mean enough that if you were flying in a straight line, you felt it. If you were chasing toilet paper, you didn't notice it.
You were
when you're
preoccupied.
spiraling down after toilet paper, and when you're spiraling, you don't notice nothing but what you're trying to do. It's target fixation. You look at the toilet paper, you start spiraling at it.
Yep. Just
That's
keep it
cool.
loaded up.
Yeah.
At one point, I had a piece ball up on me. I spiraled, spun out, turned, and had it fly through the risers like goalposts. It's kind of fun. I caught it on video.
Cool.
I landed tonight with a about 40-foot streamer off the right side of the lines, 10-foot piece on the left side. I don't know how many patches of it through my cage, and about an 8-foot
Well,
piece
you have
hanging
about
off
a
each foot.
2-foot. You have a 2-foot ball on the left side on the cage.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, the whole cage was covered.
The only thing I cover
Not
my cage
cleared it a
with
few times.
is grass.
I think it's safe to say Nick was having an airgasm with the toilet paper.
Cool.
I thought you'd like that.
There was a ball.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
the trick was, once I learned I could foot drag and catch a piece and drag it like a streamer,
Yep.
I kept going through. I'd catch a piece, climb up, kick it off, go chase it, then pick up another piece.
There you go. Yeah, I don't think I've tried that yet.
I need a kite tail to play with now.
Definitely gonna have to try that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah, after pulling that around like a kite tail, I think kite tail will be fun to play with.
I've got a 400-foot material for a 400-footer sitting at home. I just didn't get it finished.
Oh.
Yep, that'll be fun.
That might be a little too big. That's going to drag your legs off, ain't it?
400 foot's what a couple of guys are using. That's a real nice length. It's not super wide. It's a wide enough one, but yeah, that's all the multicolor kite tail stuff that from Amazon. Works real good.
Let's worry about the weight.
Nah, it's not heavy.
You have all the drag from it.
No, it's not bad. You use your foot. You pick the loop up. 400 foot works good.
Well, I got a good piece in there today.
Yep.
I had to have at one point like an 80-foot piece I picked up, streamed off my foot, and you could feel it dragging you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're not going to feel it at all, but toilet paper, believe it or not, has more drag than a streamer does.
Really?
Well, yeah, it's not slick, and it's actually just a hair wider than most of the streamers are.
More surface area.
Yep. Oh man, what a nice. Well, I'll tell you what, I didn't tell you that, Nick. It's getting ready to come into land, and my left leg started cramping. That's why I went back up and did the barrel rolls, because I figured if I pulled the seat up tight where I got my leg rested again and just played a little bit, I'd take my mind off it. It worked. It helped. I think flying in too much cold just for a long time, you know?
Cold, I'll tell you.
But I didn't have any thermals on at all. I just had a jacket and a sweater on. And my little thin Walmart gloves, you know?
Yeah, my nephew came over the other day and he's like, "Hey, uncle, have you been flying lately?" I said, "No way, man." He said, "Well, can't you fly in this cold?" I said, "You go stand in front of a fan at 50 below for a little while and let me know if you can fly in it."
You can fly in it, just not very long, because you become a PPG sickle.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, but you don't mind that.
Yeah, I mean the weather
would.
when the Weather Channel tells you if you go outside, exposed skin will get frostbitten in less than 5 minutes. That's a good sign you don't want to be flying. That's on the ground.
Because guess what? When you add another 25 miles an hour to it, it's probably like 1 minute.
It's bad. I don't even know if
Yep.
Man, I don't even know if the engine would split in half at that temperature or not. My goodness, that's cold. Luckily, this is just a cold snap for us. It's not always this cold here.
No, I hear you. Well, that's the same reason why I'm still here. Is all the ice and snow and everything.
Oh man, you can't avoid it. It's all the way down to Texas right now.
That's what I'm saying. The plan originally was to do the southern route, go through Houston and El Paso, Texarkana, Houston, El Paso, and then go up to Salton Sea and then come back the same way. Well, we hung out with Anthony Vella on the way there, and that was great. But unfortunately, the day before we were supposed to leave to go back to Anthony Vella's, that morning he's doing a video of 8 degrees in the snow.
Yeah, I heard
And
even
it was still 70s.
I forget which town it was. One of the cities in California even had snow.
Geez, Southern, yeah. That's
Yeah.
wild. Crazy, isn't it?
That's why we're not driving back in this, because there's no sense us getting in between these two storms or
Yeah,
ahead
you
of the two
guys
storms.
are just in a hole right now that with decent weather, you're lucky.
Actually, our location's going to stay good. It's not a problem. It's just a little north of us and then east. Turns
Mhm.
nasty. And my boss even said he understands. He said it's crazy, This is like record snows and colds and everything. It's insane.
You work, or no, wait, that's the other guy. What do you do for a living, Keith?
I'm a biomed. I work on ventilators and medical equipment.
Oh, okay. Can't do much of that from home.
No, unfortunately, that's yeah, not really. Although I did promise the boss that I would do a bunch of overtime to help him get caught up.
Oh, there you go. It's
Yeah.
good to have a good boss.
Yeah.
If somebody works hard for you, they usually treat you good too after,
Yep. He wants to get it's it does help.
Mhm.
It does help.
Oh, but when I become the Wolf
He
of
knows
Wall
you're close
Street,
enough to retirement.
when I become the Wolf of Wall Street here, you guys look out. I'll tell you, I'll be at all the fly-ins.
Sounds good. We'll look forward to seeing you.
I put $200 whole in my trading account. I'm learning now hard.
Okay. That's awesome.
$200.
You got to start somewhere.
Yep.
That might
just
buy
put
you
a
half a share of Tesla.
I just put a small amount in there to practice with for now. I don't want to try and risk everything. A guy owns while he's learning. I made $50 my first day off of $200. That isn't bad.
Hey.
If I could do that every day, I'd be rich.
Yep.
With compounding interest.
You down too.
Buy you a backpack.
Yep. A butt fan in no time with that kind of profits.
All you got to do that for about 6 months. Then you get rich telling people how to do it.
Yep. You see all these guys on
Then he
YouTube
wouldn't know what to do with himself.
trying to sell you stock investing courses. If they really made that much money in their stocks, they wouldn't be selling you a course on how to do it. That's just how I look at it.
Nope, you're right.
Right.
Nope, you sure wouldn't. That's the way I always look at it. But they always tell you, though, well, we're not really making any money on this. We're just doing this because we want everybody else to be able to make money on this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they tell you.
And they don't lie either.
You're not buying it.
Nope.
You're not buying it?
No, there's a YouTuber on named Ave, AVE. And I remember one of his famous quotes. He says, everything in this world is about buying or selling something. And if you're not buying something, you're probably the product.
Yep.
And I'll tell you something else, too. The secret to everything is timing and location.
Yep.
Every single thing in the world comes down to timing and location.
Speaking of timing and locations, I hear our buddy PPG Gorilla started up a school.
That's what he did.
Isn't that nice? I'm happy for him. He seems like he'd be a good teacher. I hope he does well.
Me too.
Learn me.
He's got that charismatic attitude of a teacher,
There you go, guys.
That's a big deal, is getting along with people. It helps a lot when you're teaching.
But what do you think?
It looks almost edible.
Almost, yep.
Make me a plate. I'll be right over.
Yeah. Take you a couple minutes, but hey.
It's actually a
Figure out, you know what I made that in? See that little green thing here?
A toaster oven?
It's a little toaster oven and a microwave.
Perfect.
It's awesome, yeah.
I got a little, in my camper, I have a little air fryer oven, like similar to that, but it's air fryer and a toaster oven all in one.
That's what I'd like to get in here is a little air fryer. It's one thing I don't have in here.
Yeah, I got this one from Walmart. It's a toaster oven and an air fryer. It's like
Really?
all in one deal. Yep.
Interesting. Sorry if I eat while we do the show.
Oh, that's all right. We're all buddies here.
Yep. I had food about
Yeah, we all
noon.
got to eat at one point or another.
You got that right.
I was waiting for you to finish your dinner before I decide to try to run anything. I'm looking at the power usage here, and
I'm done.
Power usage. You got solar on that thing, Nick?
yes,
Nice.
no, but I have a console overhead here. No, I'm using a generator, but I have a console that tells me how many amps per draw and how many kilowatt hours we use.
We decided since we didn't need to run air, we might as well just run one generator and split the cost. Why run two?
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Yep, makes sense.
How
And
many
you can
watts of
kinda
solar?
watch it then.
There's
many
no
watts of
solar
solar?
here, John. It's all no solar.
solar.
It's, the controllers for the generator. I can tell you how many amps it's drawing,
Ah, okay. I
kilowatt hour
recently,
meter, frequency.
I'm slowly buying parts for my future van camper. I bought a little bit of a 50 amp solar charge controller and some other stuff already.
Nice.
I got one 100
50
watt
amps of
panel
solar
so
would
far.
not do what we're doing.
I've got one 100 watt solar panel so far.
One thing you gotta look at real close, I'm sure you already know this, I'm probably preaching to the choir, is make sure that the panels you get, how they age. Some of the
Yeah.
panels like age out real quick.
Yeah,
and
I
start
went with
losing power.
the regular Renogy glass panels instead of those flexible ones. The flexible ones are ones that wear out fast. Yep.
Well, some of them, but also the ones like I know the ones that Harbor Freight were selling for a while, the glass ones
Mm-hmm.
were also aging out quick.
Yeah. Yeah. I did my research. Renogy is an American company and they seem to have pretty good products. That's
No,
what I
they do. They do. They do.
Nothing wrong with other countries, but I try to support my own when I can.
Absolutely. If we can.
Yep.
They make
Yeah,
it
buy
here
American.
and not crazy on price.
I think Arizona is where
They
Renogy's
just made a
located out of.
paramotor here.
I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't be surprised. They got solar everywhere around here.
Oh man.
Guys,
you can
we need to get together and design something. I have an idea.
get solar paramotor.
No, close though. An electric paramotor, but let's go with an electric paramotor trike. Then you can carry enough batteries to actually fly for a while.
There you go.
That's actually a good idea. It really is. Trike makes sense for electric.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably get an hour and a half flight on a trike.
Yeah, which is hardly anybody flies much more than that, to be honest with you, unless you're cross country.
Yeah.
I think my longest flight was 45 minutes I've ever been on.
I've been on a 2.5 to 3 hour flight, but hey, I do cross country.
Right. I mean, like the unusual occasion when you're doing it cross country, but for everyday use, I think
hate
the
to
electric
tell you.
might be a good idea.
Ask Nick. How often do I do cross countries, Nick?
Yeah, every time we go up, it's like we're up for an hour and a half every time, 2 hours every time.
I mean, wouldn't that be nice to be able to get an hour and a half out of an electric?
That actually
And
nice.
and you think about it though, you only need to use the power when you're climbing. I mean, you don't have you can run your electric, coast for a while, run your electric, coast for a while. You can get quite a bit of time out of it.
Good
It's
use
not,
for my
it's not on constantly. So
good use for my Gen Carrera Plus.
yeah, or climb up really high and then just coast for a while and then climb up again.
Yep.
But that'd be interesting to work on. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to build like some 18650 battery cells that fit
No.
into the frame of a trike pretty easy too.
It's true. That would work.
Sure, the trick is the more batteries you have on there,
Mm-hmm.
The
the
more
more
thrust,
weight you're carrying.
yes.
So you're gonna need. There's I don't know where the potential is here. Where
The thing is,
the amount of weight you're carrying versus the amount of thrust you can make.
with the trike, we can't go over 250 pounds either. Or,
Yeah, so
actually
you got kind
you
of limit how much weight
we're allowed to
Nope.
have.
with flotation you can.
No, they
Yeah,
do not consider the battery part of the weight. Just
Really?
like fuel.
Really? But
Gross
the fuel,
is weighed empty with a pilot in it.
what about the fuel?
Or
Would-
empty.
How would they count that towards the 5-gallon rule for fuel though? I wonder.
They haven't figured that out yet, so there's no limit yet. Because that got
Okay.
asked.
Well, they have and they haven't
Nope.
because they have a electricity on electric vehicles. They have a gasoline equivalent in power.
At the FAA, they don't care. That was something that was asked early on when they started doing electric ultralights. Was does the battery weight count towards the weight of the aircraft?
Well, that would really open up the possibilities on this PPG
Right. And
trike.
the argument came up was, I was in the middle of this. The argument came up was, fuel. Do you count the weight of the gasoline? Oh, wait a minute. They don't. So I guess it's kind of hard to count the weight of the battery. So they chose to say no, they don't. So therefore, you can carry more battery.
Yep. But with all the weight of the batteries, you're going to need one heck of a wing and some quite a bit of thrust.
Mm-hmm.
But it's doable.
Once again,
Yeah, I was wondering where the break-even point is there at that point where
It's going to take a
you
lot of
carry X
research.
amount of batteries.
It's going to take a lot of research.
There's got to be a point where, yeah, where you have too much battery, and you're not making enough thrust. That's what you're burning. Yeah.
With the trike, the nice thing is you don't have to pick that sucker up.
Right. And if you make the batteries modular, you can take them out in pieces to make the weight lighter for loading and unloading too. Just have them plug in however many batteries you want to use that day.
Sounds good to me.
Something to think about.
Uh-huh.
One of you rich guys out there somewhere just gave you $1 million idea. Better work on it. Hint, hint, Mr. Tesla, if you're watching.
There you go. It's got wheels and it is electric.
Yeah, it's badass. People want it.
It would
Tesla logo on, people would buy it.
It would not get rid of the sound, but it would sure decrease it a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's true. You're right. Want a margarita? Okay, let me get you a cup.
Oh, I should look into it just for fun. See if I can cobble something together.
There you go. Go ahead.
Would you guys go with a single prop or a four prop on that?
I would say 4-bladed.
It would get rid of all your torque and everything. That's another benefit of having electric.
What's that? Get rid of torque. Well, use a counter rotating system. Yeah.
Four props.
No, that thing sucks and it's loud. It's marginal on power and it's loud. You're better off to run a counter rotating.
No, we're talking about four individual
two
electric
counter
motors.
rotating.
The problem is that like the open PPG has props that are about this long, and it is extremely loud. It is as loud as a gas PPG.
Okay.
Because
that would be you would have to spin them a lot faster to get the thrust.
Where if you run a counter rotating system, which they actually make a motor that spins the outside and the inside at the same RPM.
Mm-hmm. But then you got a lot of mechanical stuff to worry with, though.
No, you have two shafts. Sorry, excuse me. Two shafts with bearings between them. That's it. Because the outside of the motor spins one way, the inside spins the other.
And it has like a gearbox to do that, or?
No, sir.
How does it do it?
Nope. They both spin opposite each other. So all I can tell you is that's how it works. I've seen one demonstrated. So you actually.
And that's an electric motor?
It's an electric motor, yeah.
I'll have to look into that.
Yep, they're out there.
Don't know if anybody here would be interested, but SpaceX is going to be launching again in 45 minutes.
Nice.
Launching? For another Falcon 9. Okay.
Oh, for us for traveling, man, if they get licensed for having that on RVs, Starlink's going to be so nice for RV people.
Oh, yeah. You ain't kidding.
Oh.
Hey, Nick, no more problems with the show on the road.
Right.
Well, I have the Starlink unit, but it doesn't work this far south.
It will.
They limited it?
Yes.
Yes, it's only northern. It works at home, and it won't work down here.
Shoot.
They'll get it turned on.
Do they even have Starlink that far south yet?
Yeah, they have them. They only turned on the northern belt, though. They're testing them.
Yeah, because they don't have the license for RV use yet. That's why they can't do that. You have to sign a waiver saying you're only going to use it at your house if you get it during the early release.
Yeah, they don't know mine gets moved around.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to, though. I looked into it already.
When you transmit it up, if they set it up right, they will know exactly where you're at when you do it. by
Yeah.
signal strengths on the different
But
satellites.
the rumor is that they're going to be applying for the license to put it on RVs, but they just don't have it
Okay.
yet. So they have to have a disclaimer where you can only use it at your house for now, at least.
Yep.
Well, actually,
It's a-
said
it's-
the disclaimer I had the sign said fixed location,
Mhm.
no mobile installation.
Which
Yep.
means you can't
So the
use
last
it
day, if
while
I'm going to
you're
fly
driving.
in,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's gonna
But if I'm sitting in a
install
fly-in, I'm fixed.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
sense to me.
got a lot of potential. I'm sure. I mean, you can't ask for a better RV setup than Starlink, so I know they're going to
No.
be getting that. Everybody who has an RV is going to have one eventually.
Oh yeah, if the price is right, it's going to be an absolute, a necessity.
I signed up for it, but they haven't released it in my area yet. Lucky dogs.
Probably you haven't got in your area. You're out in the middle of freaking nowhere.
March
No one lives up there.
or April they expect it to come here. I think it is.
Nice.
I can see the trains of satellites go over once in a while.
That's what it's about.
Hmm.
As Sean said, Starlink's all about the people that are out in the middle of nowhere. If you're in downtown Los Angeles or Chicago,
Yeah, well, you care
already
about
got
that.
good internet.
I signed up for this a long time ago, back before I had fiber internet here.
Okay. You
But
have fiber?
I
You
do
ain't out
now.
in the middle of nowhere.
I just got it this past fall.
6 miles from me, they have gigabit. I can't have.
I can get it here if I want it.
Can't get it. I just
I
can't.
couldn't afford it. They wanted $200 or $300 a month for gigabit.
Oh no, they were $79 a month.
Yeah, I pay $130 a month for 200 megabit right now.
Yeah, the city of Highland put in gigabit internet, but if you're not inside the city limits of Highland, they won't let you have it.
Yeah, it's weird the way they work these rules.
Yeah, it's stupid. But hey,
Yeah, they're
Well, you should fight with
rebuilding.
them on that. If you have an
Huh?
airfield, you have to fight with them. You're an airfield. You need to have it.
There
Yeah.
you go.
yeah,
But yeah, they're
I'd love to.
redoing the highway in front of my house, so they're putting in all new utilities at the same time. So I was able to get fiber.
Cool, very nice.
Got lucky there.
Yep. I've got what they call high-speed DSL, 24 megabit.
Yeah, I had that. Before
it's
this.
pretty decent. It's pretty decent.
Oh man, you're gonna be once you get that fiber though. Oh man, it's like night and day.
Yeah, I've used gigabit internet. It's nice. It is, because then what slows you down is the people on the other end.
Yep. Even this 200 megabit is just awesome.
No, I hear you. Yep, a friend of mine has that, and you're right. It's nice, or about that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like Charter Pipeline or something.
Yeah, they offer you different levels. I just couldn't afford the gigabit yet. I probably could, but we gotta have priorities in our lives.
No,
I'm
I
fast
hear
enough.
you. Fast enough on the internet. Need a better wing.
There
Yeah,
you
you're
go.
never fast enough.
Huh?
You're never fast enough.
Yeah. There's a
I
point
mean-
where the entire backbone of the internet's slower than you, and you don't need to be any faster because it won't do any good.
It's nice to know that if I need to, I can upgrade now, though. I mean,
Yep, you're
but
right.
until then, I'm good to go.
I hear that.
Well, you're teaching from home. You should be upgraded.
School doesn't even pay for my internet yet. It's crazy.
Oh, they should pay for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
a lot of the teachers have been complaining about it. They're thinking about it. By the time the thing is over, that's when they'll say, "Yeah, we were gonna do that, but we didn't get around to it."
Yeah.
Well,
I
then
can't
Then they pay retroactive.
I can't complain. They just bought me $750,000 worth of equipment.
Damn. Very nice.
You get your simulator in yet?
No.
Oh, they should pay for that.
A lot of the teachers have been complaining about it. They're thinking about it. By the time the thing is over, that's when they'll say, "Yeah, we were Hold gonna
Oh,
on. I'm getting some feedback. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, then they pay retroactive.
I can't
complain. on They just Keith, bought
me $750,000 worth of equipment.
Damn. Very nice. That is nice.
You get your simulator in yet? Keith, you
Uh,
got the audio coming back on your side.
We've been complaining about it. They're thinking about it. But
You can't even hear it, I don't think.
okay. As far as my simulator, they called me and they cannot get GPUs to finish building my simulator right now.
Wow.
They're having issues.
What's it?
Oh, yeah.
Mining
GPU's been hard to
shit.
get.
Yeah.
Yeah, mining is huge. You can't even get anything right now if you want to build a computer. I was reading on the internet the other day, 1050 Ti's are making a comeback because that's the only GPU that people can buy right now.
Wow.
Nothing else is available.
Wow.
All because Bitcoin jumped up so high.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Well, I mean, that's not the only reason, but it's the major reason.
Oh, I get it. I got a friend of mine who this time of year he heats his house with Bitcoin miners.
Yeah.
Literally.
I believe it.
Yeah, he doesn't
heat
do
your
much.
house.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys keep on top of that, but Bitcoin jumped up to $48,000 a piece here
It's
recently.
insane. It's just insane.
I cashed mine out yesterday.
I don't blame you.
I have a feeling it's as high as it's going to go for a while. I'm probably wrong, but what the heck?
Steve Gibson was saying, and it was a long time. This was before it went this crazy, that he had done mining in the early days, and he had like 20 Bitcoins and lost the wallet on one of his drives somewhere.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, it's like he's like, I'm in the process of researching, going through all my drives.
Yeah, if I had 20 Bitcoin, I would be searching my drives day and night if I found it.
You got that right.
That's $1 million.
Yep. And how do you think the people feel who bought pizza with them in the early days?
Well, there's a guy in England somewhere that threw away a hard drive that had his Bitcoin wallet on it, and he's been trying to get him to let him dig up the landfill to get his hard drive. He had like $200 million worth of Bitcoin on it, and they won't give him a permit to dig up the landfill.
Yeah, it's a shame because he's technically got the money to buy the landfill.
Yep.
Damn.
You imagine?
You should have seen what they did to fly in there, John. They threw money out of a plane.
$5,000
in ones, I suppose.
No, three. And some it was supposed to be up to 100s. Nobody saw anything over 20s though. I asked.
No one admitted to it, finding things over that.
Right. They did it in 3 passes, 3 different bundles they threw. It was fun.
Where did they throw them out of?
Cessna.
Okay.
Yeah, down low. Dropped it in the bundle. It just fluttered. I mean, the wind was honking too. So,
oh no.
Yeah.
I wonder how much the crowd actually was able to pick up.
I suspect the way they were scouring it, they got it pretty well covered.
Okay.
Because I kind of took the unicycle and rode the edges, looking, and there was nothing left.
It's amazing how money can motivate people. That sounds like fun though.
Watch people run around the field trying to catch it.
My old boss told me money can't be a motivator. Don't do that. And I looked at him and laughed, and I said, "What are you smoking?"
It's the ultimate motivator.
You ain't shit. In this world, you got it right. Yep. Yeah, you want to motivate me? Pay me. Tell me I'm going to get more money for doing stuff.
Yep.
Damn straight, it'll get done.
Stop paying your workers. See how motivated they are to come to work.
I'll be working somewhere else. I guarantee you. As I tell people, I love what I do. I love helping people, but I can't afford to do it for nothing. You know,
right? That's like me. I found out my doctor said I'm not allowed to live on thanks anymore, so I got to start accepting money.
That's it, exactly. You got to take cash.
Thanks is unhealthy.
Oh no, it's healthy, but you got to have money and thanks.
Yep.
Always appreciate the thanks. You say thank you, it's always nice.
Yep.
Yep. I got a review recently, and you ran out. Well, you walk over and get some. You can refill that.
Yeah, I could use a refill.
I got a pitcher over here about half full. Sean just took some. I've had a couple.
You send some over. I can't exactly get up.
My coffee cup's empty. That's my problem.
Do that. Well, Sean was usually drinking coffee, but he was doing margaritas when he left here. He did the other night too.
I've only had 2 cups.
No, last night he was doing some kind of pink wine or something.
Wine. He was drinking wine with the neighbors. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he got screwed up last night.
Hoity-toity. That wine sneaks up on you.
He had to pour himself into the tent.
Yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah, he finally
we damn near had to pour ourselves into the campers that one night.
Oh my God, yeah. That was a good night. And I
have it on video, John.
And I flew the next morning.
Oof.
Yep.
Those are the kind of videos you're supposed to lose, Nick.
Oh, no. I've got to do some editing because people are taking leaks in the woods and everything else we were driving by.
See, now if I ever go to a fly-in with Nick, I'm bringing black spray paint. I'm going to paint the lenses of all of his cameras so I can have some fun.
What's wrong with being recorded?
You have a record for the police to look at.
Hey, if you ain't got it on record, it didn't happen.
That's right.
Video, it didn't happen.
Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Well, some of the people that were with us, like the next morning, were like, "We must have pissed off the four-wheeler people. They like assaulted our camp." You go out and look around, there's like ruts through all the camps. We didn't have the heart to tell them right away that we're the ones that did it.
Crazy. Maricopa, huh?
Call for a refill?
Yep.
Thought I'd bring you one over.
Oh, don't fall on your ass. Get in this critter.
Yeah.
I was about to
That'd
say
be
I've
nice
never.
and pour him a refill.
I was about to say I've never been to Arizona, but I would be lying. I forgot I've been to Tucson before. And Mesa.
Nice. I put ice in my margaritas. Keep it cold.
I think they're required, isn't it? To have ice. A little bit of salt around the rim of the cup.
Okay, there we go.
Overflow it.
Hey, see? We are in the same place.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I didn't know you could walk across computer screens like that.
Yep. It's back over.
Yeah, we got our own camp.
There you go.
Thank you. These guys own camp at next door.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I can reach over here by the breaker box, make his lights go on and off.
Neat. Okay.
How's that? Door-to-door delivery.
Hell yeah.
Can't ask for any more.
I already got my boots off and I can't get out of my chair. Been the problem.
Okay. Well, I haven't taken mine off yet, so.
I had to take mine off. My one foot was killing me.
I hear
That
you.
landing with toilet paper wrapped around my feet earlier was kind of tricky.
Yep.
That stuff's, I didn't realize that stuff was that thick. It's hard to get it off of you.
Oh yeah, you get it on everything. You get it on lines. You get it in your cage, one net. It's fun.
I cleared that net like 6 times. Every time I get it clear, I get some more of it in there. I'm like, I just slice the hell with it. It's not going in, it doesn't hurt anything. I'm just flying around with it on there. Made the motor sound weird. Got really noisy.
You know, it's the first leg today, going to a different field. I didn't run a Facebook Live. I couldn't get enough signal for a lot of
What?
it. A lot of the leg, a lot of this trip, I couldn't get good signal. Finally, we did towards the end, and it's like, yeah, I don't feel like playing with it now. It's in the city.
Oh, over Maricopa.
Yeah, I should have. I should have done it, and I didn't do it today. It's okay. We'll do a live tomorrow or something. Fly over to the pit, the mining pit, and do it. That'll be fun.
Yeah. You see the big racetrack over here?
Yeah, it's cool. I flew right by it.
I want to fly over it and like down around it, see what it is.
How many pounds of thrust does the average paramotor put out?
Enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, 140, I think, 130.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
I was looking up those counter-rotating drone motors that you were talking about. The biggest one they make puts out 50 pounds of sustained thrust.
They make bigger ones because a friend of mine is actually in the process of getting it set up to put on a paramotor.
Well, the way this company that I'm looking at designed theirs, the motor itself spins 2 different directions. The armature spins one way and the winding spins the other.
And they spin the same speed too, which is interesting. Yep. And there's a couple companies. I'll have to ask Mike. I'll get you the information where he's getting his from. But they've actually got a company that does them that's going to build them for paramotor, big enough for paramotor.
I wonder what kind of price they're going to have on it though. That's the big question.
I don't think it was too bad if I remember right. You know, if you're talking, you got to, you know, if you figure your whole system and comparing it to something like a Polini or a Moster 185 or something like that to try and compare it, you know.
Oh wait, I didn't
Not
read the end of it,
including-
Keith.
not-
Further products are under development that will provide sustained thrust levels of 100 and 220 pounds.
See, there you go.
There we go. They're still working on the
120
bigger one.
pounds will push a trike.
Oh yeah,
220 will
Very
lift the
nice.
trike off the ground like it was nothing.
Yeah.
That'll lift a tandem trike. Really nice. Loaded up.
You say vertical with
Yeah.
Godzilla in the seat.
So in other words, that 42-meter wing you need because of all those batteries, not
Mhm.
a problem.
Yep. Hopefully they
42,
come
I
out
was
and
thinking more
they're,
like a 60 meter.
Nah, you don't
You know,
need more than that.
well,
You're
it
not
just
gonna
depends
do
on
that.
how much time you want to run, really,
Right.
the weight.
I mean, if you
just
figure
add
it's
more
a
batteries
solo-
for more time.
It's a solo trike, and you fly a 41 or 42-meter wing, you can carry a hell of a lot of batteries. You know?
Yeah. I think my 30-meter wing holds quite a bit of weight even.
I've seen one of the guys I know was flying a quad on a 28-meter. It was a Revo 2, by the way. Yep.
Now, between the Revo 2 and the Revo 3, how much difference is there?
There's a little advantage to the Revo 3, I'm told. I haven't flown one, but I'm told that there's from a couple of guys that have flown both, that it's a little faster, I think.
Now, what do you think the difference is? You flew the Luna 2 like I did. What do you think the difference is on the Luna 2 to that Revo?
You know, once again, it's hard to compare things like that. I think it probably performs a little better than the Revo does. Mostly just because it's an updated, it's the same people who did the Revo 2 and the GTR and the GTX and all that. Same guy. And he's got time on his hands and he's spent a little more time. And this is the second version of the Luna now. So, I would expect it to be a little better. It's not quite. Now, it doesn't come with 2D steering. So it's hard to really compare to my Hadron XX. But if I fly my Hadron without using the 2D, not bad. It flies. The Luna 2 flew real nice.
When did Blackhawk start selling dudek paragliders?
Blackhawk?
Yeah.
I didn't know they did.
I was looking up the Electra and I saw an ad for dudek paragliders on their website.
Wow. They're actually starting to build some decent paramotors now. So hey,
Yeah. That's cool.
they're actually they for years they were not.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to run pretty
This
good.
Mike guy that owns it now, he bought it from the
Yep.
guy that was running it shadily, and he's been
Yeah, the
slowly turning it
original
around.
Yeah, I know. Well, they went to the Corsair engines, which are a really nice engine.
Mm-hmm.
They
Going
perform
with
really
anything
well.
other than that HE engine they were selling.
Well, that piece of crap. It ran great.
That's why they got some.
Well,
Yeah, it ran great till you started it.
yeah, it's like Jeff Goins said. You know how Blackhawk's going to quit? You just started it. Not anymore. Not anymore. Yeah. I can't say that now.
Yeah, they're getting better. I'm
Yep.
trying to
Well,
find
they're
the
just-
the
I just
specifications.
think
on
all the
there.
motors have their problem. Some just
Well, they
have
all
more than others.
do. It's like Jeff Goins says, you know how a paramotor, you can tell a paramotor is going to quit. It's running.
But I'll tell you that, like these top 80s, they don't die till they run out of fuel.
I know. Well, I got to say, my freaking Moster's been awesome. I can't complain about it either. I mean,
Yeah, but those had the damn exhaust cracking issue.
that's the only. But now that the MY20's out, that fixed it. They haven't had one crack that I've been able to find. And if you bought the, I put a Vortec Aero on mine back when the 19 was still the hot piece of crap, and I couldn't justify putting an MY19 on just to have it crack 40 hours later again. So I put a Vortec Aero on it. That's been a good muffler.
I think there's so many different good mufflers out there for them.
Yeah,
Other
I've
than
talked
what
to
Maserati was making.
some of the guys were using Corsair also and said they had good
Yeah,
luck.
there was a Corsair one they used. And
Yep.
didn't Glider Sports have one they had custom made?
I don't think so. I think they talked about it, but I don't think they ever did.
Someone had one made that looked like the MY20. In fact, I think it's why they made the
That's
MY20.
mine.
that
That's
dual
my
joint.
muffler. That's the Vortec Aero.
That's
It
one of the
looked,
dual joints.
Yeah, the only difference on it between it and the MY20 basically is it's slightly larger expansion chamber on the back, so it gives you a better mid range. It doesn't have that little peakiness, that tweakiness you get on the Mosters most of the time.
Yeah,
It's actually
where you hit a
pretty
certain
good.
RPM and it like hammers it.
Right. It's not bad, but it is there. On mine, it was right at about, cruise power for foot drags. So it was always just, you're really feathering that throttle. But with this one, it's like, no, you don't have to do that at all. I haven't flown an MY20. I'm told it's still a little peaky, but not bad. Well, get a chance to take one up and see how it compares.
It'd be hard to compare it to yours. Yours got what, 200 hours on it?
No, because mine's run the same since it was new. Mine's 256 hours, I think it is now, and still runs perfect.
You don't think that there's going to be like a lot of power loss on yours?
Well, since the RPM's the same, when I peak out, it's the same. I got a tack on there and I check it periodically, and I still get the same RPMs I did when right after it was good and broke in, So no, I can say my engine still runs as good as it did when it was new.
I just figured after a war you'd lose.
Two-strokes tend to run better and produce, if anything, a hair more power until the ring starts to go, and then you start having engine problems, starting issues, and they won't. And mine hasn't had that, and I'm not going to push it after this trip. My plan is to do a rebuild and just go through it. It's done a very good job, and I want to keep it doing that.
After this trip, we're talking about after S20.
Huh?
Or not 20, but Palm Bay.
No, I'll probably do it between the two. I was actually contacting Jerry and getting him to order me the parts for it, so I'll have them. It only takes a day to rebuild, and then another day to break it in.
Yeah, but you got to work a bunch of overtime before.
That's true. I do have to do some. I did promise some overtime. Yep. You're right.
And I'm going to have a bunch of overtime to work. I'm not sure if I'll do the job, but I want to do this next week when I get home because big new water lines when it's freezing cold out.
Okay.
If Texas got snow, I bet Virginia's got snow. Among everything else.
Oh, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We have cold weather here. Not like where we're at and up home, but compared to where John's sitting at it, -50. That's
oh no.
It warmed up now.
That's kind of insanity weather.
It warmed up what, -10?
I don't even know. It's 11 below right now.
Okay, that's because that -50 is like North Pole weather. I mean,
Yeah, that's actual air temperature. I don't know what the wind chill is.
I know they said when Richard Byrd, you were asking about engines. When Richard Byrd flew across the North Pole, that they actually had to warm the engines up to get them to start, because otherwise the oil was so thick you couldn't turn it over. Crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was back in the days before synthetic oil stuff, were widely used.
Synthetic oils have changed a lot.
Oh yeah, it's huge, definitely huge. That's funny. When they first really started seeing synthetics a lot, I was leery of them. I was a Valvoline guy on 4-strokes. Now, shoot, I break an engine in and get switched over to Mobil 1 extended mileage, and now I'm running the with the big filters, and now I'm running the annual protection as soon as it's out of warranty. Because if you have an oil-related problem while running Mobil 1 annual protection in under 20,000 miles on an oil change, they pay for the repairs 100%.
Nice.
That's why I run it, as it's a little more pricey, but really when you think about it, you get 20,000 miles on an oil change. That's a long time. The oil don't look that bad.
I remember when I was a young man, they came out with synthetic rear end grease.
Yep.
Oh, I had a shop at the time, a repair shop. I was excited. I went and bought a case of it, and I opened it up, and they put the stink in it anyway. Man, I was mad.
Put the stink in it anyway.
Oh, I was excited. Finally, no more stinky rear end grease. No, they
Oh,
still had stink.
yeah. Freaking grease. That does stink, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It is
Oh,
nasty.
sulfur in it.
I used to hate working on rear ends. That was
I
the
know.
worst.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's large
That's
amounts of
what-
sulfur in it. That's why it smells so bad.
Mhm.
Worse than hydraulic oil. Yeah, I know.
The sulfur is a good lubricant for slow speed bearings and high
Yeah.
pressure bearings.
Good stuff.
How do you like that inversion layer about 800 foot tonight? How far it's up there?
Yep. That was something.
That was
else.
weird. It was like clean air at the ground, clean air above at 900 foot, but like 850, it smelled like calcium.
Oh yeah, not good. It was, and I know where they were coming from because I flew right by them.
It's just weird. It was that one flight level. It was just like you flew through it. It was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, don't stay here.
Yeah, it made you climb or descend very quickly.
I didn't fly that high very much. I was going there and I was flying a little lower because I wanted to, it's much more fun to foot drag and skim stuff and pop over the power lines. And coming back, it was entirely too cold to fly that high. I was wearing my light.
Okay, I got on that Reba and climbed up, and whenever those two big round fields, wanted to get a picture of that. I'm up about 1,600 foot. I'm looking around for you. I see you down there real low. I'm like, where the hell's he going? Next thing I know, you're freaking gone.
That's because I was way down low out of the wind with the trimmers out. Actually, I didn't put the trimmers out until I was on the other side of Maricopa.
Hey, you want to enable screen sharing for a second, Nick?
Yeah, I can do that.
I finally found it.
What did you found?
Not too bad. Just something quick I wanted to show you.
Sure.
Screen 2.
There you go. It's on.
-10, -18. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you see the real feel off to the side? That's the wind chill.
-20, -24. Woo. Ouch.
Limit time outdoors if possible. Yeah. Okay.
It's a good hint.
Hey, cloud
And that-
ceiling, 30,000 feet.
Yeah, that's my warmed up weather right there.
Yep.
We're
Oh,
finally
man,
out of the cold
good.
snap.
Remember a
Yeah,
couple years
8%
ago,
humidity. Holy shit.
I remember a couple
It's
years
just
ago
dangerously dry.
plowing the road, and it was 6 degrees outside. Me thinking how cold it was, I bundled up so much I had to come in and take clothes off. I was sweating, sitting in the tractor. It's terrible.
But thank God it's almost over, guys. I might even be able to go flying soon.
A few more days, huh?
Let me show you this. I mean, it hasn't been above 0 for 2 weeks. And look at that future cast.
Hey,
It's gonna be nice.
29. That's sendable there for you.
Getting close, man. Getting darn close.
I hear you.
I'm excited for
Show you
that.
show you mine at home. Hang on, let me.
Okay.
That looks like our snowfall rates around here. You know,
That'll be fine here.
They tell me spring is coming.
I've heard rumor of that.
I've heard rumor, we might actually not have to fly for the next week, but I don't know.
Millions at risk from major winter storm deep freeze. That's the latest news.
Yeah,
So-
I know, that's why we're not moving.
Southern plains have been transformed into southern Siberia. Is the name is the headline.
No kidding. There's tonight at my house in St. Louis.
Well, that ain't bad at all.
0 for
Short-
St.
short-
Louis.
Shorts and t-shirt weather.
That's the southern Illinois, dude. That's not
Wow.
Chicago, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh, looks like Nick's home state's
Now
gonna
look
get
what it's
here
doing after
tonight.
this, though. By next Tuesday, it'll be 58 degrees.
Apparently, where Nick's from, they're calling for power outages and everything coming up.
Oh yeah, no, we
Yeah,
got
we have ice storms going through.
Yep.
We got this. Wind
Thank you.
chills to 0 to 20 below at times. That's competing with you somewhat.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's cold. I'm just not. I hate to say it. I'm sorry that my wife is there with the dogs, and I'm not.
Everybody always
glad-
asks me, how can you stand that? And I said, I don't go outside. It's 74 degrees inside my house all the time.
Yep, you got it. That's some cold shit. It's cold enough for me.
A guy does get really get cabin fever after a long spell of not being able to go out and enjoy yourself. I
hell
make up
yeah.
excuse to go outside after a while.
Well, in Texas, they
Understood.
were saying today they were having rolling blackouts. They were turning people's power off. They don't have enough power to heat the state.
Well,
I
probably
believe it.
almost everybody uses electric heat in Texas because they rarely need it.
That's true.
So now that all of a sudden everybody's needing the heat turned up all the way, it's like crap. They can't do
Yeah.
it.
Here, it's almost unheard of to hear about electric heat.
Hey, Casper.
Nobody uses that.
No, I have it at my house because Illinois Power offered us amazing discounts to use it, all electric house.
Hmm.
Then, like 5 years later, Ameren from Missouri bought Illinois Power and took away all our discounts. Assholes.
Yeah, most people here use either propane or fuel oil for heat.
Mhm.
That's the most common.
I'm
That's
actually
why your
thinking,
school lost their fuel oil tank.
yeah,
Well, that coal was coming.
man.
I'm pretty sure Nick uses fuel oil.
Yeah.
I'm a propane man. It's a lot cleaner, less maintenance.
That's true. I'm actually thinking about it if they keep
There's
this
more
shit-
BTUs per gallon with diesel though.
True. There's
Yeah,
always trade-offs.
It used to be cheaper back in the day.
Yeah.
mhm.
Now propane's the way to go. You got a higher efficiency furnace, cleaner, less maintenance.
Well, you can use a standard heating unit just with different orifices too, which is nice. Nothing
Mhm.
special. Yeah.
In fact, you can do like 98% efficient furnace on propane.
Then
Oh,
there's
yeah.
the most efficient one of all, wood. It warms you up twice. Once when you cut it and once when you burn it.
There you
You
go.
have like 140% efficiency with wood, but you don't want to cut it, chop it, cart it, move it around.
Oh, it is a never-ending. One of my best friends heats with wood, and I help him all the time. It's a good way to keep the shape, cutting wood all summer long.
I hear you.
I flipped my tractor over last summer helping him.
Don't do that. That hurts.
Yeah, it hurt my pride more than anything else.
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
pulling about
It was a John Deere, so they're used to dying that way.
pulling
Hey,
about
you
6
missed it.
logs out of the woods with it, and one of them hooked another tree. I didn't notice it, and the torque of the tractor pulled it over sideways before I got it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I just used my outriggers to push myself upright though.
There you
Didn't
go.
even kill the engine.
Hey, you got a super chat, Nick.
Did he?
Do it.
Crazy Uncle Bob donated $5. Said greetings,
Nice.
oh deplorable infidel flying squirrels. Awesome.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. That's awesome. I just decided to go back and check. Nobody been saying a whole lot, but it's time. Yeah,
Yeah.
go look and see.
I don't have the twin screen here, so I have to look on my phone and I missed some stuff.
I'm actually doing it on the laptop. I just leave the. I just can't see you guys when I do it. I just pop over real quick to the to an open window. Of
It's harder to do when you have the control console up here. On my side, it's harder to do that.
Okay. I just thought it was a tab. That's all.
Delicious.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so
Hey, no
very
problem.
much.
You're welcome.
Watching the airplanes flying out there.
Yeah, when you go off the tab of Zoom as the host,
Yeah.
it's a little different.
Okay.
It
Only
mutes
done once.
my
So.
audio. I don't hear you guys, and I can't hear what's going on if I do that.
Oh, weird. Okay. This works fine for me on not being the host.
Yeah, when you're the host, it's different how it works.
Okay.
20
Launch
kilograms.
engine.
Hey, this I just hope the weather breaks so we can actually make it home.
44
Oh,
pounds.
Where you guys are stuck?
Yeah, we're roughing it in Maricopa, Arizona.
That's
The
fine.
force
I'm in
stuff.
Northern California right now.
Oh,
Okay,
you poor guy.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm about an hour or so from the Blackhawk Ranch.
220.
Okay. I suspect it's not real nice there right now.
It's cloudy, but it's. I mean, they think it's cold, but it's in the 50s, 60s.
Oh, that ain't bad. Yeah. No, it's
That's reliable.
my
I
house.
left home. It was -16.
Yeah, my house in Gateway Air Park is 0. They're saying wind chills tonight as low as -20. So hey.
Well, you better start going heated up because I'll be there next week. And St.
no,
Louis.
my place is warming up next week. We're talking 58 by Tuesday.
Yeah, because I've been in St. Louis, but I think it's east of St. Louis next week.
I'm 30 miles east of St. Louis. You got to give me a call. We'll get together.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Well, you have to make it there first.
Well, you got to get there. I mean, I get that. I'll be there. I'll be
No,
there.
I said you need to get there. You're stuck in Maricopa. What is that? At least a couple days drive.
Yeah, I'll get there. It's supposed to be nice before the end of the week, and then we're gonna go down and visit Anthony Vella and fly with him for another day maybe, and then head on home. So should be home by Sunday at the latest.
Cool.
We can't afford to like get it stuck in this storm where it's cold. You know, we can't fly. We freeze to death. Because I'm not driving through Texas where they don't know how to clean the roads.
Yep. And that's the problem. My original theory was to leave this morning early, but then I found out Texas doesn't know how to clean roads and wouldn't be good till tomorrow. And then the other storms made it there and you're screwed again. So it's like Wednesday. So that's when a decision was made to stay here and drive after the second storm goes through.
Well, lucky I'm on the road, not at home. I'll be pulling the violin out.
But, hey, if we got to do some more adventuring around the area and flying and seeing cool things, damn it.
Exactly.
I'll have to do it. Nick will have to do that, right?
Yeah, we'll just have to fly every day till it gets better weather to get home. That's all.
Yeah, I know. Once again, somebody's got to do it.
Well, if you fly home, you don't have to worry about the roads.
Yeah, but you don't know where you're flying home. It's still going to be too cold there. Yep.
And the way the wind was the other day up there at Mozo, we could have flown to New Mexico in about 10 minutes.
It wouldn't have been long if we'd climbed altitude, that's for sure.
Yeah, fly backwards.
Wasn't quite. I've still got my strongest wind still at home when I did 96.5.
That's just crazy.
Speed. But it was smooth. Ask Tristan. He flew the same flight with me. He was just on the Universal and couldn't go as fast.
I was seeing, I think it was close to 60 at one point the day we flew to the highway and back. Coming back, I was hauling.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was good speed. Lots of good.
That was trims out level flight.
Yep. By the end of that flight, I thought it was going to get real rough, and it's like hell. We got back, and right around Motown, it was pretty smooth actually. So stayed up for a while and just cruised around there and played. That was fun.
Yeah, played low, and that's why I come back playing low and turn the smoke on and having fun.
I always say, and then I like to climb up to 1,600 feet and see what the most interesting way to get back to the ground is.
For you, it's usually spirals and wing overs, flat downs.
Yep. Split
2 or 3
S's.
loops.
Yeah.
Board.
Just have fun.
I haven't seen you too many split S's the past few days. You've been doing more spirals and.
I've kind of been in a wing over and a barrel roll. I mean, and nose down spiral mood lately. Yep. I did some the other day. One day at Motown, I just did wing overs all the way down, or split S's all the way down. That was fun.
Those are actually I'm starting to get the hang of doing those.
Those are neat because if you reverse them, then it's really cool. Do one way, then turn straight into the other direction for the next one. Kind of cool to do.
My thing is, every time I try to do that, it tries to go a little bit more of a wing over, and I want to do is like turn.
Well, my mission is for the wing to go straight under me.
I have that mission too, but I don't have the power to do it and follow through.
I don't use my engine for that. My engine's at idle or just barely above. Yep. Everything starts as a wing over, and then it turns into a split S, and yep. And you can just you don't need a motor to split S. It just goes faster.
I gotta learn to get the energy management if I can do that, not freak out.
Yep. There you go.
I tend to freak out. I want the power to be there, and I don't have enough to get going that fast.
When you're doing split S's, it gets fast. It gets interesting. Yep. Just one right after the other. Good time.
Just trying to be safe about it.
No, I get it. That's the way to do it. Absolutely. You don't jump in, just work your way up, to your comfort level is the best way to do it.
I was hoping to be able to, by the end of Salton Sea, do a loop. I just didn't feel comfortable to get it over that far yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get a couple times where I got faced on spiral pretty hard.
Yep.
Out of that and almost go through the loop, but I tend to always crank the other direction before it comes all the way over. Something doesn't feel right yet.
I hear you. Yep.
So I've got the down low pretty good now.
Good.
This new wing's really that's why I was having fun just hooking that 12 paper. Once I realized I get my foot down there and hook it, it was a target to dive down and try to catch it.
Yep, that's what I was saying. Once you got that, once you got used to that wing, you're going to really like it.
There's a few little things I need to work on with it. I tell you, I get that Luna. Things are going to be totally different. I love that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna send me that seed, right? When you get it.
No, I gotta have a BGD wing to practice. I gotta have the one to fly.
Oh.
John, if you fly one of these Luna 2s, you'd love it.
I'd be happy to fly anything right now.
Anything but that little, trike you got.
Yeah.
You gotta get a backpack. Come fly with those cool kids.
I'm trying to make the money, man. I'm a poor guy. I'm getting there though.
Yep.
You're a heavy equipment operator. You can handle it.
Well, if I was still a heavy equipment operator, it wouldn't be a problem. I'm a teacher now. I don't have the money anymore.
Uh-oh. Dang, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
Yeah. Oh, I don't mind.
You could be working on a pipeline there out of Alaska.
Be done now.
Be working.
The one in South Dakota got shut down already too.
Oh yeah, I can tell you right now, there's some union people that are pretty pissed at Biden right now. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, you don't shut down one of the biggest projects like that in the world and not alienate some of your base. Wow. Sorry, it's just true.
A lot of people voted for him without realizing what the consequences were going to be.
You got it.
The people that voted for him were dead anyway, so they didn't really care. That's the whole problem.
How's that line go? When I'm dead, just make sure one thing: I don't vote Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's the only way you can vote if you're dead.
Heard that. It's not a good thing.
Worse than taxes. You can't avoid it. Once you die, you're going to vote Democrat.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I do too. why we try not to auger in right now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shame that, you know, we had that one death there at Moe's.
Lucky we don't have Walter on, man. It'd be going south right now.
Yeah, that was a damn shame. Yep.
$144 Newton meter. I wonder what the hell that is in American language.
Let's find out.
Do the math.
That's what I'm
Casper
doing.
should know. He deals with all that stuff.
How much is 100?
That means I have to lift up my phone up.
Foot-pounds.
Here's information from unit converter.
106 foot-pounds of torque.
Yep. There you go. Just found it.
Sounds
Actually,
about right.
106.2089494992. If you want to get precise.
I found this little this drone motor. It's made for a heavy lifting drone. That's how much torque it puts out.
Okay. Wow.
Weighs 790 grams.
Okay.
Sounds light.
That's not heavy. No.
It's almost a half a pound.
Yeah, but when you think about what you're getting out of it, that ain't a lot of weight.
Yeah. That's super light.
Yeah, but that's torque it's putting out. So you got to remember torque. Then you got to figure the RPM versus torque to get the thrust off the prop.
Right. And the RPM is hold on.
What's the KVM?
Probably about 8,000 or 9,000.
I'm looking for it.
It's hard to say. If it's an outrunner, it'll be lower. It usually is on those.
Weight, voltage, rated torque, peak torque.
Does it give you KVM?
Max speed at rated torque. Oh shit! It only pulls. It doesn't do enough. It's too slow. 28 to 57 RPM.
Oh, super low. Wow.
Yeah. Damn it. The
Well,
search
use a-
continues.
How would
gearbox.
that be? That's not even useful on a drone.
I think this is a robotic engine. They're just a drone company.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, for wheel drive or gear drive assembly, that wouldn't be bad.
Oh, shit.
Mhm.
I'll be back. I got to call my wife. I forgot to call in.
Okay.
It's like,
Oh yeah, check in.
crap. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I better call her. I got to let her
It's
know
like
I'm alive,
midnight there.
crashed, or done anything bad, you know. I'll mute for a minute while I do it.
Yeah, we're not dead. The death that happened at Moe's wasn't one of us. You gonna find the proper motor there, John?
I found the right section. Yeah. I just got to figure out which motor has the. Why are they so
Higher
cheap?
torque.
Yeah. Man, this company sells a lot of stuff, man.
All the cool companies do.
Huh?
All the cool companies that make their own parts and motors sell like so many different components.
Yeah, I'm looking at a company called T-Motor. They got a lot of stuff. Just trying to find their most expensive product because that's going to be pretty close to what I need.
Not necessarily. The most expensive product is the little light bulb that goes on the space shuttle or something.
For manned UAV programs, we're getting closer.
I made my commitment. It's good that Keith reminded me to call my wife too.
36 kilograms of thrust.
That's not enough to lift a pack of cigarettes.
Kilograms?
Oh yeah.
It would take more than one. That's 80
Yeah.
pounds of thrust.
Need at least 2 of them. Yeah, but I'm getting on the motor I fly now. It's undersized.
Didn't you guys have a thrust table that you were flying?
Yeah, but I didn't put anything on the thrust table this time. I was checking thrust by flying it through the air.
There you go.
Like up the Salton Sea, I had more fun going up and downwind, flying like 2 foot off the ground, dragging my feet.
How was that whole thing?
Salton Sea was awesome.
Because I didn't see no videos out there.
Oh, we were all working on them.
The only one I saw so far was Robert Michaels.
Yeah, because he went home on Friday.
Yeah.
Or not Friday, Saturday. It was Friday night. No, Saturday morning he went home. We had time to work on videos. We went to Glamis after that, then come up here to Mose, Arizona. We've been traveling. Now we're stuck here in Arizona until the weather changes. We're not going to drive back through snow and nasty stuff to get stuck somewhere. We have to say, we're stuck here where it's warm, we can fly. We don't have to use a lot of fuel to keep warm versus getting stuck along the highway somewhere where we can't get fuel, we're out of propane, we freeze to death.
Okay, so a Moster 185 puts out between 130 and 150 pounds of thrust on average. I've been researching it a little bit. So now we know what range we need to work with. Now I got too many tabs open.
You always have too many tabs open on your PC.
Mm-hmm. I get lost.
So are you going to circus? Flying circus,
Sure.
or you're, huh?
That's where we just came from.
Oh, I thought you were at Salton Sea.
We were at Salton Sea for a week, then we went up to Glamis for like 3 days, 4 days, and we went to Flying Circus for a week. It just ended the other day. But we couldn't go home because the weather was in our way.
So how was the circus? Was the circus?
Oh yeah. We lost one pilot night before last.
How's that?
Had a riser twist, slammed face first into the ground
Ouch.
at full power.
Was he flying low or?
He was on takeoff.
That's no good.
We haven't really looked at the videos too well to figure out. I know a couple people got it on video. I got it on my helmet cam. Actually, my rear helmet. I was orbiting around the area. Really need to look at it frame by frame, but he was definitely twisted. Bad when he took off.
No good at all.
That sucks. I'm glad that changed the mood a little bit.
The what?
That's probably changed the mood of the festival.
Yeah, it would happen toward in the evening. Of course, not long after everybody landed, it was about to get dark, and they had a helicopter coming in. We had life flight in there after dark, and it definitely changed things a little bit.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how you want it to end.
Keith and I made sure to end it on a good note for us, because we were the last two to take a flight last night. Nobody else was flying because of the wind. A lot of them had taken off already. We snuck one last flight in.
So just a bad takeoff, basically, what you're telling me?
Yeah, he took off, got into a torque twist, and tried to recover from it, pull and brake, trying to steer the wing back where it should be. Somehow he let off, it spun in one direction, he hit it again, he was He had it under control, but it was pretty much face down turn. Went in.
So he had no chance.
Nope. Now the wing was pointing to the ground. It pretty much drug him straight in. That was kind of a disadvantage seeing it from the air where I was at. But upon looking after my video, I did find that I caught it on video because I was orbiting the area when he took off. Because Keith was ahead of him taking off on the other end of the field. And I was orbiting around trying to get his takeoff on film.
Well, we finally lost the Falcon 9.
Well, I hope. Guess there's no shame, dying doing what the thing you love, right?
Yep.
Well, I said, if I'm going to die, let me auger in a ball fire. That's when I stopped smoking.
Man, I'm off them things. It's been a year now.
Lucky you.
Howdy,
Casper.
What?
I said howdy.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
No, I couldn't just smoke socially, so I had to quit. That was out of control. 3 packs a day.
Yeah, that's a
I
bit
tried to
much.
quit.
So tell you what, we had a secretary years ago, company I used to work back in the day. She'd had a pack of cigarette. She goes once a week, go bowling. She takes the cigarettes from their glove box, smokes the whole pack or whatever, 2 packs, whatever she had to smoke that night, And then whatever left, she throws it in the glove compartment and she won't touch it to the following week. So she goes bowling.
Damn.
If I could do that, I'd never quit. But I can't. I couldn't. And that started to get ridiculous, When you get off an airplane, the first thing you do is trying to find a place to have a cigarette. And it's like, come on.
I get up in the air and I try to figure out how to light my cigarette.
Well, I used to do that too, free flying, But
Get a plasma lighter.
But the airliners don't allow you to do that in the airliner.
Yeah, not anymore.
Nope.
It's all
They used to.
It's all Delta's fault.
Oh, they were the first one to ban smoking in the air?
Yep.
Well, it looks like the son-in-law and daughter and baby are staying with mom because it's a lot closer to work instead of trying to drive home through the snow. Because evidently he got stuck on the corner coming in and had to dig his car out. Yeah. I've told him.
You're not at home?
He could get the plow out. We got a plow for a tractor. We plow it right out. Wouldn't be a big deal.
Yep.
You know how to use it.
He's no farm boy. He knows how to use it, yeah. I shouldn't say old 25-year-old farm boy. He knows how to run a tractor. That's not a problem.
Yeah, but how to hold it up and everything.
And if he doesn't, my daughter does. Yep. Yep. She used to cut grass for me with it. But, oh, man. They got like 4-foot snow drifts in some places, I'm told.
Ugh.
Yeah, no kidding. I gave him the good news. I said, by Monday, it's supposed to be 56 degrees, and by Tuesday, 58. So it will thaw out,
Oh, yeah.
Tell me you'll be home when it gets warm.
Well, I told her I'd be home when I can, when the weather passes. Yeah, when I can actually get there towing a camper.
That's my fear, towing his trailer for that bad stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, she made the comment. She said that 2 years ago, I got stuck in a bunch of bad weather when I made this trip. I said we went through a little ice, some ice and some snow, but nothing like what they're talking about this year. This is like one of those, storm of the decade kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I said, yeah, 2 years ago wasn't fun, but it wasn't like, I was never worried about getting home, to leave. And I said, besides that, 2 years ago, it was still in the 70s in Texas. We didn't go that way, so.
So what time you think you'll be back home? Monday, Tuesday?
No, by Sunday, I think, just from what I'm looking at. The storm's supposed to be over. They're supposed to all end Wednesday sometime at my place, and Texas and all that should be all clear. And then if you give them a day or two to get all the roads clear, and we should be able to get heading home. I'm thinking, like I told my boss, if all goes perfect, I'll be at work on Friday. If it doesn't, it'll be Monday, So we'll see what happens. Yep.
There's no reason to push it.
That's exactly what he agreed. He understood. He says it's kind of crazy out there. Everybody said the same thing. Yeah, it makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, I'm flying, I think on Sunday. I'm landing there.
Okay. Going into Lambert, I take it?
Yep.
That's what I figured. Not many, but a few land over at Mid-America. But yeah, so it all depends. If you're east, it actually kind of makes sense if you can get a flight into Mid-America.
It's fairly close to St. Louis.
Okay.
I think it's just northeast of it, or something like that. It's part of probably the.
I'm sure I'll know where it's at. Any idea? Where's it at?
Let me look at. I think to look a week in advance. That's stupid in my book. Let's see here. It's a Tyson plant. I think it is.
Tyson or meat?
Maybe Alton or Wood River or.
Let's see here.
That's okay. You don't have to look that hard.
Don't look too hard; it'll make your head hurt.
Yeah.
Caseyville?
Caseyville. Yeah, I know where that's at. Yep, not too far.
I guess it's on the other side of the St. Louis, right?
Well, it's on my side of St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it close enough you could fly in there, Keith?
Yeah, just not in the weather. Everything's going to be so soppy wet, it won't even be funny next week. All this snow melting.
Yeah.
You'll still try to fly in it. I know you.
Yeah.
You
I'm
never
going
know. It's happened. It's happened before.
Going to do training for third shift. What?
I've plowed the runway to fly an airplane off of it before, and that's a grass strip. So,
there's by where I live, there's an airport, which is an historical airport.
Okay.
But it's owned by the city, kind of. But all the equipment, the plows and everything belong to the city.
Yep.
But it's all the volunteers from the airport that actually plow the runways and stuff.
That happens a lot. You get a lot of the airports, the not big feeders, smaller ones tend to be a lot of volunteer work to keep them going.
good to see still people do that.
Hey, well, it was I forgot what airplane used to be there. Like one of the first squadrons of airplanes back in the day.
Okay.
And also, there was something, I can't remember if it was I forgot what airplane was, but they had problem to fly it long enough. So they brought the Northwest guys, which were Republic or whatever it was before. And they worked all day long on civilian, and then when nighttime went to that airport and worked and figured out how to make a bigger fuel tank in them. I forgot whatever it was at some whatever historical airplane. There's still a commemorative Air Force there.
Okay. CAF. Yep.
When I was working on my private, one time I came to land. I was taking off when the hell was that? It's the Fortress. What the hell was that?
Flying Fortress B-17.
Yeah, was coming into land.
Okay.
So I was taking off, and he was going into the pattern to land. I was like, I looked at the instructor. I said, "You got the stick. You're
Cool.
flying it now. I'm pulling a camera. This is way too cool for me to fly it right now."
I hear you, man.
I mean, literally. I'm taking off. He just comes right.
Yep.
The same altitude, the same everything, but just the opposite direction. And it
Yep.
was like, damn.
Very
He was.
cool. Yep. Sharing the air with a B-17. Nothing wrong with that.
That was just like, flying a Piper, Warrior is kind of like, what the hell, I want to be on that plane. But,
I hear you. Friend of mine got 2 hours of B-17 left seat time because he worked aluminum overcast tour in St. Louis for a week. And then at the end of it, they had to go back to Oshkosh for some maintenance. So they took a few of them back for the flight. It was like,
That's the hell of a flight to get into.
Would that be cool or what? 2 hours
Oh,
of
yeah.
logged left seat time in a B-17?
Well, you definitely want to log it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, the guy in the right seat was an instructor, and he was qualified to teach, so he logged him the time. Counts towards his license.
I just hope they're not gonna do any changes with the fly for hire. What the hell, I forgot whatever that is. The directive that the FAA allows
Part
museum
135.
to, what is that?
Part 135.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Those museums that still like not museum necessarily, but like the commemorative Air Force to give people flights for hire.
Yep.
And they're talking about changing now, do some changes after that one airplane crash and killed a couple people.
Yeah.
Oh, when 909 went down, yeah.
Yep.
But hopefully they're not going to do anything. I mean, as tragedy it is, those operations are really important.
And when you think in reality, it's going to be difficult for them because the safety record's really pretty good on the commemorative Air Force on their flights.
But there's other organizations that do that too. It's not just them.
But what I'm saying is the flights for that kind of flight, they really don't have, it's not like every other week an airplane's falling out of the air killing people.
Correct.
They have a pretty good record of doing those kind of flights. So I'm hoping the same thing. They don't,
I think there's
out and overstep and screw up.
I think they're probably going to make a couple more procedure inside to make sure that certain paperwork is taken care of. And, I think there was some question on the guy who was flying and his experience. You know, it was
He's
like,
supposed to be, I mean, he's supposed to be fully qualified and checked out in that aircraft. For so many hours before he does